Hey, welcome back to Robin Learns Chinese While Busy, and I'm actually very excited about today's video because, a lot of you who watch this channel, you'll know that I always document my own personal journeys as a way to sort of convey a message or some kind of lesson that I think will help people all over the world learn languages. There are two reasons for this. The first reason why I always document myself doing the things that I talk about, it's for credibility, authenticity. It's to show that, hey, the things I talk about, I actually do them. The things that I recommend, they actually work. Because I've met a lot of people, not just in language learning, in all sort of different fields and skill sets, whatever, who preach messages that they do not practice, right? So that's the first thing. But the second reason is I inevitably discover things that I wouldn't have thought to say, because I think anytime you become an expert in anything, right? This is very common in universities with professors who have been an expert in a certain subject or topic for many, many years, but it also happens in anything else. When you become an expert at something, the longer you're living in that world, I think it becomes harder and harder to truly remember what it's like for the people who are still beginners, the people who are just starting that journey. It's harder and harder to remember exactly how they feel, right? What are they struggling with? What things do they truly need help with right now? And so that's why whenever I feel like I have a strong message, like reading in foreign languages with my Spanish series, learning Korean from scratch, about a polyglot's journey, all about maintaining languages, and now this Chinese while busy, where I'm trying to learn Chinese while being extremely busy and just like 30 minutes per day. The reason I'm doing that is that I want to make sure that I discover the things that any of you watching this might actually need help with. And I think I've found one of the most important things that I probably would have thought to say. And that is that my Chinese just doesn't seem to be getting better. Like, I've hit this point, in the beginning, I came out running and I was, it was a bit slow starting actually, because I was doing just 15 to 30 minutes per day. But pretty soon I got some momentum and I found that I was learning a lot of words and I was able to start saying some sentences, right? I was copying constantly, repeating out loud. My pronunciation was getting a lot better. I was getting good feedback on my pronunciation. So I feel like, wow, my Chinese is getting better. And there's a lady at work, she's a lovely lady. She's a cleaner in my office, and I always try to be really nice to her. She's a Chinese speaker. So there was a time when every day she would say, "What new words did you learn?" And I would be like, "Oh, I learned the word for school, teacher." I would ask her the time. I would tell her what day of the week it is. But now it's like I've reached a point where I'm still spending time every day. I almost never miss a day, 30 minutes consistently. I'm learning words, I'm learning phrases, I'm learning more grammar, but I don't think I'm improving. And every time she asks me, "Hey, what did you learn?" I don't feel like I have a lot to say. I feel like it's hard to, I almost feel like I'm worse because I feel kind of saturated. I've taken in so many new things and I haven't fully internalized them all yet. But I want to keep going. It's a bit frustrating and a bit discouraging. And I think this is the moment where lots of people stop. This is where they fail. This is the reason why many people never succeed to learn a language fluently, because you get to this point and you're putting in the hours, you're doing all the right things and you're not getting better. And so you start to think all kinds of stuff. Maybe I'm just bad at languages. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe this isn't worth it. This is going to take too long. I think usually it's just people think they can't. They think that I'm not good enough. I'm not able to learn this language fluently. Now here is the key message, and the thing that's so important is that the biggest difference between me right now and those people who perhaps are at the beginning of this journey is I've done it before. And so I just simply know that instinct, that thought, I'm not getting better, it's completely false. It's not true. The fact is that I spend time with Chinese every day. like a solid 30 minutes every single morning, which for me is not a lot. You know, in my past, I spent hours and hours and hours every day. I learned languages extremely quickly, very efficiently. But part of the reason for this series about learning Chinese while busy is it's that, well, guess what? Most people don't have hours and hours a day to learn languages, right? Like, most people are super busy, and learning a language is maybe not their top priority. Or maybe they're learning lots of different languages if you're like an aspiring polyglot. The point is that not everybody has hours and hours every day to devote to a single language. And so I wanted to put myself in a position that was relatable to people and prove you can learn a language, even one as challenging as Mandarin Chinese, you know, with just 30 minutes a day. But yeah, 30 minutes a day, it's enough, but it's not a lot, right? So it takes time. But I'm spending that time, and so I just know from experience that I will get there, that I am getting better every single day. And the person who's never done this before, they don't have that assurance, they don't have that confidence, and so that's where a lot of people stop. And so my message today is, you know, I want you to think of it as a huge jigsaw puzzle. I think of software development in the same way. Some of you will know that like I embarked on this crazy journey, and in like less than 11 months I came and got a job in San Francisco as a software engineer, and since then I haven't stopped, I haven't slowed down, I have probably sped up. I've been learning just so much, and there's still so much to learn. It's such a big world, and so I think of that world the same way I think of languages, which is this huge jigsaw puzzle. And every new thing I learn, a word, a phrase, a grammar point, every single one of those, it's like putting a piece of a jigsaw puzzle like this, right? And the problem is that in the beginning, they don't fit together, they don't connect. Maybe in the beginning you have a little cluster here, my name is Robin, I'm from England, this and that. You get a couple of little clusters, but the fact is that to speak a language, to truly express yourself, communicate, the thing that we all really want at the end of the day, that takes a bigger picture. And it just takes time. And so with software development, what I'm finding right now is it's all starting to make sense on a whole new level. Like I've been able to build stuff for a long time now, but now it's really starting to click. And it's because I just kept going, and I have enough pieces on the jigsaw puzzle now where every new one I add, it adds a lot of clarity. And so it's a great analogy, because if you think about it, once you have a lot of jigsaw puzzle pieces, every new piece, it yields a lot of value in helping you connect the dots and form the picture you need to speak that language and to see that image. And I think it's the same with languages. Right now, every new word I'm learning, every new phrase, all this stuff, I still just don't have enough, right? And so, but once I get enough pieces together, then every new grammar point I learn, it will expand the repertoire of things I can say. Every new word, every new sort of idiom, whatever, they yield a lot more value, and everything just starts to make sense. And so, just to all of you viewers out there, if you've already been through this, I'm hoping that this is like, yes, that's exactly that's how it is. But especially those of you who are beginning your journey and who are frustrated and who are having doubts about yourself, I just want you to know there are different methods, there are different ways to do it. Some of them are faster, some of them are better, some of them are just different. But we can talk about that in other episodes. The most important thing for you to know right now is that if you're spending time with your language every day, especially if it's quality time, it doesn't really matter. You are getting better and you're just fine. So just enjoy the journey, and you're gonna look back pretty soon and think that wasn't so bad. And I'm pretty sure that before long, I'm gonna hit a tipping point and my Chinese is just gonna suddenly get way better, because all those little pieces on the jigsaw puzzle, pretty soon there's gonna be that one connects here, that one connects here, and I just know you're gonna start seeing me speak Chinese a lot better. So good luck with your language learning. I hope you like my plant in the foreground. So I got new pictures on the wall. Finally start learning, start making more videos at home, and I hope you like it. So.